The next morning, after sleeping really good, I came to Goose Bay Airport early morning. As you can see, the airport was pretty empty that day, surprisingly enough. There were a few agricultural planes and a seaplane behind us. Magnus and me, we were fully fueled up and ready to go. The flight was to take us from Goose Bay, about 3.5-4 hours flight, all the way to Seven Islands Airport. And the reason they call it Seven Islands is because it has 7 islands there. It's a beautiful place, right on the lakes and the entrance of St. Lawrence Bay. I took off with Magnus, a short run because we were light, and off we went into the air. This was to be a really fun flight for me because the pressure was low. I had crossed the Atlantic and I was happy. Here is the Goose Bay Airport behind me with the runway. I'm flying along. It's a very relaxing flight for me after such a long trip across the Atlantic. I was enjoying the view that day of Canada. I was alone in the sky. There was nobody on the air traffic control. I had a lot of fuel left over in the ferry tank, so I flew most of the flight emptying the ferry tank because this would be the last flight I'd be using the ferry tank since the flights were relatively short. Here you can see the Sky Demon app working in the background. I was flying at about 3,000 feet most of the way because I had a nice tailwind coming with me, and everything was really nice. And I was getting a little bit thirsty, so I decided to take the time and make myself a nice cold DXN coffee. And that's the coffee. Took out the pack, and then I took out a mineral water that I had put aside, emptied the coffee into the mineral water, shook this up, and I had myself a really nice DXN coffee to have that morning. So you could say that the flight service on Magnus was very good. And then I decided to add some in-flight music for some dancing. As I approached Seven Islands Airport, there was a strong crosswind coming in from the right, but that was okay. It was about 20-21 knots. Magnus and me were fairly light, but Magnus handled it just fine, and we came and landed at Sept Iles Airport. The staff at Sept Iles Airport were super friendly and super helpful. We were refueled and ready to go in about 20 minutes. And next part, we're flying to Bangor. So see you at part 9. Bye for now.